Hello, Om Shanti, and welcome to today's Powerboost. We're taking a few moments out of our busy day to give a boost to ourselves, fill ourselves with power and peace. September is the month of peace, and we all want to be peaceful. We all want to experience peace more and more. We are asking more and more for peace. We're looking for peace more and more in many different places and many different directions. And here in the spiritual journey, we learn that peace is within, right? Peace is within the living being. And who is that living being? Living being is the soul, is consciousness. I am a soul. I am a being of consciousness, right? And an innate quality, a main innate quality of the being is peace. So the being is actually naturally peaceful. If the being, the soul, is naturally in its stable in the awareness of who I am. So peacelessness we experience when I am disconnected from my inner truth. When I'm disconnected from my inner truth, I am influenced, or I very easily get influenced. And there are many different sources of influence, of course. But on our journey of, how to say, we can call it pilgrimage of remembrance, remembering my original state of being, remembering the one who eternally belongs to me and I belong to, who is the ocean of peace, remembering what I have been at the beginning and how I have been at the beginning of my journey, remembering my eternal state, original state of being, remembering that peace within me, remembering my own purity. And so that's where really then inner peace emerges, when I'm connected and more influenced from my original inner truth and wisdom, versus being influenced what I absorb and take in through my physical senses, physical sense perception, and then the mind gets all, engrossed in thinking and feeling what comes in my consciousness through the sense organs, and the mind is busy with that. So the practice of meditation is then very useful, because it's helping us to put that understanding that we are gaining over time of who we are into practice. And what does that mean? So in meditation now, I actually want to give attention and focus and ultimate experience who I truly am. Yeah, we will experiment with that shortly. So there are, of course, different aspects and reasons that lead to peacelessness. Few words I have mentioned already, but another very important element is we are busy all day long. busy in thinking, busy in doing. Thinking is a subtle action. Speaking, then we perform different kind of deeds, physical actions throughout the day. And what I do, and especially how I do something, has also a big influence on how I experience myself. How do I experience myself in relation to what I do, in relation to what is going on? And at that level, I'll be very fast in doing, but it's not necessarily that I'm able to do things patiently, lovingly, peacefully. That's one thing, but then also perform such actions, think about myself and others, the world, in such a way that those thoughts themselves bring or add to an inner experience of peace, calmness. If my thoughts are very negative, we see something or hear something negative, and then we start to have negative thoughts about it or about the person or about the situation. I'm not realizing that I'm justifying becoming negative or angry because someone or something is wrong. If I compare myself, if I criticize, if I'm very judgmental, if I condemn, if I have envy, all these acquired tendencies will not allow me to also be peaceful. So my inner truth, my inner wisdom is also, and wisdom of the Supreme is, of course, guiding me to perceive, think, and then perceive myself, others, the world around me in such a way that I can have pure and positive thoughts. So, in short, understanding of who I am, and then also become more conscious and aware of what we do and how we perform actions. Both sides, both aspects, of course, they are connected. They will either add to an experience of inner peace, or they will add to an experience of being unhappy, sad, distressed, peaceless, patient, impatient. Yeah? So peace and our karmas, peace and our actions and peace, they are connected. So let us pause here and have a short reflection. I bring the focus of my attention to my inner being. And for that, I consciously choose to temporarily disconnect my mind from my physical perception. I turn the focus of my attention away from what I hear, what I see, what I feel. And I can visualize to support building inner focus and concentration. I can create maybe an image of a point of light, a sparkling star, the point of stillness just behind the eyes. As I turn within and start to look at my own self, I'm moving beyond the physical. It is the third eye of wisdom that now allows me to see the subtle, the invisible. So firstly, you can visualize the self as this point of light. And then I create that thought that I am a being of light. I am the one who experiences everything. But I, the being, I, the soul, I am distinct, separate from my physical body. Even though I am the one who experiences everything, I am not the experience. Who am I? I am most beautiful, unique, subtle, invisible being of light. I am. Om means I am, but now I am a soul, a living being. I am not the body. And within me, part of my consciousness, part of who I am, there is peace. And even before the peace, there is purity, there is cleanliness, there is light. I am not influenced by anything of the world. Let us go back, far, far back. Whenever I, the being, I started my journey, I was in my original state of being. I am pure, completely clean, unpolluted, no darkness, 100% light. I am clean, shiny, beautiful and unique being of light. I am peace. I am a peaceful soul. And I, the peaceful being, this is now my awareness of who I am. I am in this body, and in the awareness of being this being of light, being of peace, connected to the ocean of peace, I now perform actions through this body. But of course, I will now want to do everything peacefully, patiently, lovingly, accepting, respectfully, with kindness, with determination. And then there are so many more qualities. So in the awareness of who I am performing actions. And if I'm in the awareness, being this beautiful, unique light, filled with these amazing qualities, I will perform actions that bring benefit to myself, that bring benefit to others. I will be kind, respectful. And accordingly, these actions will reinforce of who I am. The moment I forget my true self, I get stuck in the physical form, physical sense perception, all my past, my quiet past emerges. I start to compare I become critical. I'm either arrogant or inferior. One moment happy, one moment sorrowful. So now, as we move on in our day with our activities, I can now practice acting in the awareness of my true self and observe the change, the transformation, knowing of who I am allows me to even transform my actions. Om Shanti